There are pathways that need teamwork. There are purposes in this life that aren't meant to be done alone, are meant to be done with other people. When I started visualizing engineer artists, which is just the name of a starting point and momentum forward within this vision. But the vision itself was to bring people together and create a space where people are not comparing each other and are really enhancing their uniqueness, their unique gifts, their unique talents, and they're putting it to use. Maybe I need to do this focus on the geniuses, on the brilliant humans, the ones that are just like overly curious, and you always have to be learning and expanding that growth and also putting it to use. I think I become very bored to learn and not use it for something. So I think learning and expanding is all about putting it to work and then building that muscle for a while and then continuing. And and I think that we are being bombarded with like so much wisdom within ourselves. I mean, we're also being bombarded outside, but we're also like feeling a lot of inspiration all the time. Like, ooh, I can do this. Ooh, I can do this. And this is also one of the reasons why I am a practitioner and I am like a creative practitioner because I want to focus on how scattered we can be, but not really, but really understanding that some part of that scatteredness is our multisensory being uncontrolled and not educated. And also, scatteredness is because we haven't been taught how to manage our energy. So, a lot of the things that geniuses struggle with is focusing on staying centered to one idea, one step, one move within that flow of the inner heart of like something that really passions us. And moving from out of the comfort zone, but also staying in a path that that isn't scattered. And this is a journey for me that I've been also pursuing. That's why I'm merging both practices and merging both, meaning that I am really open and I'm communicative in my engineering artist platform starting. I'm very open about what I also do on the other side because it is so important. And this is the base and the foundation of engineer artists, managing our energy, not being so scattered. And and I've heard this already before, like that we need to focus, but how do we focus if we're still smoking pot? Like it's almost impossible to focus, super focus if we're still smoking pot. And and so I'm calling in the geniuses. The geniuses that know you're here to do something greater with your skill. And you know you have a genius and you feel like it's like numbed because all you do is like nothing with that genius, but just like you're doing something that just shrinks that genius. My example is that I stopped doing what I used to do and I do what I do now because I wanted to expand my genius. I didn't want to shrink my genius. And right now, in my life, I feel that there's more possibilities out in the world for me to create my own role than for me to stay in a role that I don't feel fit this thing that is growing inside of me. So, in other words, Genius Art Studio, Genius Heart Studio, Genius Star Studio, Genius Heart Studio, and Engineer Artist is all about bringing clarity and bringing collaborative work to the geniuses, to bring a community or bring space for people to offer their services and be their most unique genius self and offer whatever you want to offer and start creating the steps forward on really make tangible money for what you want to try. And this platform gives you permission to say what you want to do, to try what you want to do. And eventually this platform on its own is going to start folding and shaping and reshaping and moving towards a really specific thing. My call right now is to gather the geniuses that are feeling this energy, that want a teamwork, that are curious, and that also are wanting to make money out of starting up a freelancing that is more creative, because the people that are going to be attracted to engineer artists are people that, yes, might need some drafting, yes, might need some engineering, but are also looking for something innovative, something outside the box, something that is different and unique. And eventually, this place, I want it to become just for unique engineers. I think I do need to make this more specific.